Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Mckayla, and today's video is going to be a Q&A. Get ready with me. I asked you guys some questions on Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram, it is always in the description box. And yeah, I asked you guys on Instagram like what you wanted to know, because I used to always do Q&As, but you guys were also asking for a makeup tutorial on some of the pictures that I've posted on Instagram recently, because that is my new like everyday makeup look, which I like barely ever wear makeup, but whenever I do, this is what I do. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I just got my hair out of my face because it's just like 10 times easier to do your makeup that way. And then the first thing I did off camera was I put the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Serum all over my face to hydrate, which is super important whenever you wear makeup because you don't want dry patches underneath your makeup. And then I used the Gracelynn Stella Spray All Day Rose Spray. It's Hydrating Rose Facial Spray. And I sprayed this right after I put on my Neutrogena Hydro Serum and kind of mixed it and rubbed it all over my face. This can be either used as a setting spray or a primer, so I personally use it as both. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation, and I am in the shade Fair C10. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the questions. I have them right here. And the first question I have is, how have you really been? So I get asked this quite a bit, and I'm doing like pretty good. So the first question is, how have you really been? I'm doing pretty good. Like, I think I'm doing pretty good considering like what's been going on in my life with the kids and, you know, them not seeing their dad and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. My anxiety has been a little bit worse since I have stopped taking my anxiety medicine, and my body is finally like adjusted to not being on any medicine. So I think that things are finally like looking up on that end. So I think I'm doing pretty good, honestly. The next question is, do you want more kids? And I get asked this a lot. I don't know why, but in the future I would like one more, maybe. I don't know yet. It just kind of depends on how spaced out things get. Like, I don't want both Gracie and Timmy to be like, you know, taking care of themselves and then me have another baby and have to start from scratch. Like, that's just not what I want to do. So if I have one, like, I don't know, within the next few years, then I would be okay with it and I would want one more. But if not, then I don't want any more, because I don't want both my kids to be like taking care of themselves and then me have to start all over. It's just not something I want to have to do. So yeah. When did Timmy start talking? Do you have any tips for it? Then it says something about speech delay. Oh, do you have any tips for them talking or for speech delay? I don't have any. Well, Timmy started talking, I'm not really sure like the exact time, but he started like trying to say words at I think 9 months. I'm not 100% sure. It's probably back in my vlogs somewhere. But yeah, Timmy, he started trying to talk pretty early. He didn't really say much, and he still doesn't really say a whole lot. He tries though. He's getting way better with time, like as he grows. So I think it's really just every child is different and you kind of have to let them do their own thing. Trust your doctors because they'll tell you like if they think that your child has speech delay or anything. But honestly, I think every child is just different, because my one sister, the older one, she didn't start talking for a while, and we all thought she would be delayed in speech. And then out of nowhere, she just started saying a whole bunch of words at once. So, yeah, I really just think you should leave it up to your, like, child to start talking on their own, and then eventually they'll start saying things, and if not, then talk to your doctor. Like, will you introduce us to your boyfriend? He seems like a really great guy. So I don't know if you guys will get, like, the whole boyfriend tag thing and stuff like that, just because I just don't see that happening. Maybe just like maybe in a vlog where he's with me or something, and I'm like, oh, here's my boyfriend, you know what I mean? He is a really great guy. He's really good with the kids. He's really smart. He has a lot going for his life. And yeah, I think he's a really great guy, but I don't know if you'll get that formal introduction, just because, I don't know, it's just really hard whenever your relationship is, like, broadcasted everywhere, like, if that makes sense. The blush I'm using is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, and I use a lot of this because I don't have any color in my face unless I'm embarrassed. So I just kind of like pack this on, and I even take it over my nose to kind of like make me look sun-kissed. And this also has a glow in it, so that's really good too if you're just like want to do something really quick and like don't want to use highlighter that day or something. Because as you can see from my nose, it looks like I'm wearing highlighter, but I'm not. The next thing is, what's the one thing you regret most in your life? And I didn't know if I wanted to answer this one or not. Mostly because I don't really regret anything. Like, I personally believe everything happens for a reason. I don't regret anything that's happened in my life. Like, sure, I wish I would have had kids like later in life, but I don't regret my kids. Like, I think everything is kind of a lesson from God. So yeah, I don't regret anything. I'm going to now use my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. This is the powder palette, and I'm going to use this one right here and bronze my face. Also take it on my forehead. Like, I don't have a big forehead at all, and that's what like contouring your forehead is for, to make it look smaller. But I just use it so I look like I have color in my face, just because I think it's weird to look like I have color everywhere else but my forehead. So I'm just gonna do this. Other bronzer I like to use just to kind of go over it and add a little bit more color, because this was kind of like a cooler toned like contour color. I'm going to go ahead and use the Bare Minerals The Skinny Dip bronzer, and I'm just gonna put this in the same place just to kind of like warm it up a little bit more. take a big fluffy brush. This is the one I used to use for powder, and I'm just going to kind of like blend everything together. The next question is, what birth control did you end up using? I ended up using the low estrogen birth control, and that's what I'm on right now. I really like it. It hasn't given me like any bad symptoms like the last birth control that I've tried. I've tried a few different ones, and the past ones have given me nausea, migraines, stuff like that, like all the bad stuff, just like a bunch of problems. And my OB told me I need to go off of them because I was having such bad reactions to the birth control, and that's whenever I got pregnant. But now that I'm on the low estrogen, I'm having no problems. My period is shorter. It's only 3 days and it's very light. The only thing is my body is currently trying to get used to the birth control. It takes 3 cycles of taking the pill for your body to get completely used to the birth control. So right now I'm having like long periods and like periods every other week or something like that because my body is trying to get used to the pill. But other than that, everything's been really good, so I'm continuing to use it, and I'm going on my 3rd cycle of pills right now, so I'll update you guys on if like everything regulates and is good soon. Are there any parenting differences raising a girl than a boy? Like, are things harder and stuff like that? I got this question from a few different people. Raising a girl is actually completely different. Like, with Tim, like, it was so much easier changing Timmy because there's not much you have to do or worry about. But with a girl, you gotta make sure to get in all the creases, make sure you clean really good. Like, I always clean really good with Timmy too, obviously, but you just have to make really sure with a girl because you don't want her to get like a bladder infection or anything like that. So it was personally, like, for me, it was way harder changing a girl than a boy. Also, Timmy always peed through his diapers, and Gracelynn has yet to do that. She had really bad dry skin when she was born. She doesn't any longer, thank goodness, but she used to have really bad dry skin, and I never really experienced that with Timmy to the point where I couldn't get rid of it. So that was hard, and that was something that I had to kind of learn to deal with. I'm putting my contacts in now before I put on mascara, but I should have done this in the very beginning. Okay, now that those are in, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. What I put on my eyes is just the things I use to contour and bronze. I do the same color from this palette, and I use the same Bare Minerals bronzer. I say Bare Minerals, weird. The next question is, wow, this contact is messed up. The next question is, do you want any more tattoos? If so, what? Yes, I do want more tattoos. Not too many more though, just because I'm kind of like ending that stage. But I want Gracelynn's footprint right here by her name, just because I have Timmy's footprint, and I don't know, it's just their footprint tattoos mean a lot to me because like that's their footprint and it's always going to be on me. So I want to get that. Then I want to get Still I Rise tattooed on me because that saying means a lot to me, just because of everything that I've been through in my life. And yeah, so I want to get that tattooed on me at some point. Don't know when, but I do know where. So yeah, I guess we'll just see whenever I'm like finally pulling the trigger and when I get done. You guys will probably see on Instagram because I always post on Instagram whenever I'm getting like a new tattoo or something. The next question is, what do your grandparents think about you wanting plastic surgery? So I got this question a few times. I also got a comment on my Instagram live about this, about recovery and stuff, and how I'm not going to have the kids, blah blah blah. So my grandparents are supportive. I mean, I'm 18, they can't really tell me I can't do it, but they also think, in their eyes, of course, they think that I'm perfect and I don't need it. I mean, they raised me, so of course they're gonna think I'm perfect. But you know, that's not how I see myself in the mirror. And I was thinking about this last night, and I kind of want to explain it to you guys this way. Plastic surgery isn't something I need. Like, I see a lot of comments saying you don't need plastic surgery, and it's of course not something I need, but it's something I want. Just like I wanted braces to straighten my teeth, just like I want to wear makeup sometimes to enhance my features. I want plastic surgery to enhance my features. I don't want it to the point where I look fake. Like, I just want my boobs not to be saggy anymore, and I just want my butt to actually look like it's supposed to be on my body. Like, I guess you guys don't get to see me naked, so you don't get to understand what I'm talking about, but whenever I look in the mirror, that's what I see, and I don't want to see that anymore. So what I use on my eyes is the Thrive Cosmetics eye brightener and the shade Stella, and this is what it looks like. It's just like a little pen. So I put that on the inner corners of my eyes. I don't remember if I said that or not. Okay, so next up is mascara, and I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara. I only have this size because I forget what I got it in, but I think I ordered something off Poshmark. Yes, that's what happened. I ordered makeup off of somebody off Poshmark, and they gave me like a bonus bag. So this is what was in it, and I've been really liking it the past few days. It just gives like a really natural, like, eyelash length, but it gives you good length. Next question is, do you want your kids to go to preschool? Yes, I do. I went to preschool and I liked it. Like, you know, I had friends during the day and I had something to do during the day, so I would like my kids to go to preschool. They won't go till the age of like 3 or 4, I believe. So yeah, once they get to that age, they will be attending preschool. Okay, next question. I kind of laughed whenever I read it because people know I get this. Do you get hate and how do you deal with it? So the reason I laughed at this is because I literally get hate about everything I do, everything I say, everything I post. So how do I deal with it is, at this point, I ignore it or I answer with kindness, because I just don't care enough anymore to give a smart-ass reply back. So I just kind of ignore it or just politely comment back, kind of like answering their hate, because most of the time it's like a dumb question or a comment that they have no idea what they're talking about. So I like answer back and I'm like, actually, you got this wrong, blah 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 blah. So that's how I deal with it now. I used to not deal with it well. It used to make me really upset, but I could care less anymore. And then the last question is, if you get plastic surgery, are you worried something will go wrong? Of course, if I do get it, I would be worried about something going wrong, just because I always think about something going wrong, like, due to my anxiety. So I always think of the worst outcome. But at the end of the day, I know it's like, I know there's a chance, but I know there's also not a chance. So it's just kind of something I have to research about, and I have to look at their, like, reviews and their success rates and everything like that, because I don't want to not do this because of my fears. The only thing I am thinking about is if I have kids in the future. Like I said earlier in the video, I'd like at least one more. But at the same time, I don't know if that's going to happen. So that was all the questions. I'm just gonna kind of finish my makeup because I'm almost done. And yeah. So I'm just gonna take a spoolie and brush through my eyebrows because my purse is downstairs and it has my eyebrow gel in it and my eyebrow pencil. The pencil I usually use is the CoverGirl Precise pencil, I believe it is. It has a really like tiny tip. And then I use the CoverGirl gel eyebrow and eyelash stuff, and that works really good. That's my favorite. I have another gel right here, but I don't like it as much. I have the Rimmel London Brow This Way gel. I don't like this as much. I think it's thicker than the CoverGirl mascara and eyebrow gel, so I think you should do the CoverGirl one instead, but there's that option as well if you want to try that. So like I said, I'm just gonna brush through my brows because I don't feel like putting anything on them because it's downstairs. And then if I'm feeling lipstick, which I'm not, but I'll do it for you guys, I will use the I'll just give you guys some of my favorites because I have quite a few here. Okay, if I'm feeling lipstick, I'll use the Milani 61 Matte Naked shade, and this is just what it looks like. And then on top of that, I'll use the Fenty Beauty gloss, or I'll use the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte in the shade 305 Ballerina, or I'll use the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Christmas Cookie. So those are my three favorite. And since I forgot to use highlighter, I should probably do that now. So I'm just going to take this little brush and I'm gonna do the Maybelline New York Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold, and I'm going to highlight my face. I like to smile and put it on like the apples of my cheeks, so whenever I do smile, there's something there. So like I'll do this and then I'll smile and put it like right here. I'm going to go in with the Milani and the Fenty Beauty because this one is usually my favorite. Now I'm all done. Like I said, this is usually like my go-to like lip combo if I'm taking pictures or something. So yeah. Now I'm just gonna spray again with this rose spray. So I don't look super powdery. And I always take my sponge and kind of like press down because there's usually like bigger spots than others and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna press down on those. And then my makeup is all done. Everyone, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed and I hope to see you all in my next video. I'll take my hair down to see how it looks, just kind of like flip it around, and okay.